Why is it that we have wardrobes overflowing with clothes, and yet every single time that we have to get dressed, we say, I have nothing to wear? Hi guys, my name is Manjiri. I am a styling and grooming coach. The idea of this video is that to make sure that we are left with a wardrobe full of clothes that fits us, that flatter us, and are extremely functional for the kind of lifestyle we need. On a little side note, I also want to make sure that I leave this video making sure that you have a positive body image. So we're going to be talking about decluttering and minimizing the wardrobe and making sure that we have a good self-confident body image. If that is something that interests you, then stay tuned and keep watching. So before we actually go on to the decluttering, there are a few tips and pointers that I want to get cleared ahead with. First and foremost, if you are someone who's thinking that let me remove the clothes and get rid of them and then go and buy new ones, then probably this is not the right video for you. I speak a lot about sustainable fashion on my channel, and I do believe in having minimal things, and sort of everything will go towards minimalism on this channel. So probably you want to rethink while resizing your wardrobe. Why is it that you want to declutter? Point number two is this is something these tips might feel very generic at this point to all of you, or some of you. The reason is because I want to take everybody into account, and this is the very first of this whole video series that I plan on doing. Hopefully, do stick around, and what we will achieve together with this is that our new wardrobe, our new decluttered wardrobe, will serve as a springboard for a capsule wardrobe. And we will still be able to work with minimal clothes that still look well tailored and well fitted and well groomed and stylized. So that's the purpose of this video. Finally, the third and the last thing that I want to point out is that the tips that I will be handing out in the video very soon uh, are the tips that work for me. They work for my comfort level. They work for the kind of life that I lead. Probably you lead a very different life than I do. Maybe you're more outgoing, or maybe you are someone who is always headed out for sporting activities. So all of these pointers that I'm going to be giving, I am keeping in mind all sorts of lifestyles. But for some reason, if you think that, hey, that's not working for me, drop it. Pick and choose what works for you and alter it to suit your lifestyle, your comfort zone, the place and the weather that you're living in, and I'm sure that it'll work out for you. So, having cleared all of those things, let's just jump right into decluttering in easy steps and making sure that we have a good, healthy, positive image. Okay, point number one, and a very, very important one, since I also speak about life skills, I do want to incorporate this little bit into the decluttering part of the wardrobe. Set realistic expectations. Think about the number of hours, the number of years, the amount of money that you have spent on gathering all those clothes that are there in your wardrobe. Maybe they are gift items from somebody else, maybe you were upset while shopping, whatever the reason is. A lot has gone in procuring those pieces, whether it is financially or emotionally. So everything that is there in your wardrobe is a little part of you at any state of life that you are in. So set realistic expectations. Everything is not just going to vanish in one day. It's going to take time. Be patient with yourself and the process. So that's my point number one. Point number two, and here's that we actually tackle the decluttering of the wardrobe or the cupboard. There are two ways to approach this mammoth task, if you can say so. One is that you can take the traditional route, and you can take everything out from your wardrobe, completely empty it. That is the way that was taught to me by my mother and my grandmother, when they said just get everything out, wipe down the cupboard, put in naphthalene balls, or sandalwood sachets that came to make sure that your cupboard smell well. But the point is that they said that take everything out and then you can segregate it, you can compartmentalize it, you can see what you want, what you don't want, and then everything goes back in. Now, it's a great system, but if you're like me who's low on patience, or probably you want to do it in spurts, or you're just short on time, then there's a pitfall to this process. If you take everything out and if you fail to categorize and declutter it the very same day, where are you going to stuff all of that? Which means your bed is going to be full of clothes that are going to be lying, and at the end of the day the visual is just going to put you off the whole process. So what you're going to do is you're going to pick up everything and dump it in the cupboard, and we would have failed at decluttering. So that's just my opinion, that I usually fail at doing that. What I do, and this is what I suggest, see how you like it, is that you can segregate things and choose to declutter one aspect of the cupboard every day. Now, for example, since we're shifting seasons, we are moving towards summers, the easiest way to approach this is that you want to, take out all your winter wear and see how you want to place them, and then go about decluttering them. There are different ways of approaching this. You can either do it season wise. I love to do it traditional wear wise, western wear wise, and even in that you can further segregate it, whether it's your workwear, whether it's your leisure everyday wear, or it's something else that you want to categorize it into, like casual chic, something that you want to go out in a dinner with your girlfriends, that's not very formal, that's not very dressed up. So you can keep all of these sections for yourself. Like I said at the beginning of the video, see what works best for your lifestyle. Maybe you're a dress girl and you have a lot of dresses. Maybe you have a lot of denims, so you want to compartmentalize your wardrobe into what is it that you want to be the most accessible, and you can start with that compartment first. Are you one of those people who love to shop, have a wardrobe full of garments, opens the wardrobe every day, stares at it for 10 minutes and says, I have nothing to wear? Well, if you're like me, you've come to the right place. We could be talking about wardrobe decluttering today and making sure that even with minimal clothes, you have the best choice of clothes to wear and zero time to spend. Stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, now that everything is out of the cupboard, whether it's in all go or whether it's in sections, it's now actually time to get our hands dirty and declutter. And it's not as easy as keep or throw. There are different aspects to it. And how do you decide whether you want to keep a garment or you want to throw a garment? Well, you want to ask yourself three questions, three very important questions, and you want to ask them in these particular order. Ask yourself the most dreaded question: does it still fit me? If it fits you, yay for you, keep the garment. You can move on to the garment that fits you and ask the second most important question: is it still functional? Meaning what? Maybe you're one of those lucky ones who can still fit into the garments that fit you 10 years ago, but maybe your lifestyle is very different now, right? I'll give you an example with me. Probably I wore a crop top in my college, which still fits me. It doesn't. It's an example, but it fits me in a way wherein I have learned to restyle it as a sari blouse. So that works for me. So is it still functional to my lifestyle? Does it still work for the kind of life I lead? If the answer is yes, then you can move on to the other question, the last question. If it doesn't, then it definitely goes in the no pile. What is the last question that you want to ask yourself? It's the simplest question, really. Do you still like it? Maybe rhinestones, tassels, bright colors, some fits were very popular when you were growing up. Trust me, fashion was weird. I'm a 90s child, and I look back at my clothes and like, what was I thinking? But hey, it worked at that point. So yes, does it still fit me? Yes. Is it still functional? Maybe I can make it work into my lifestyle, really. But do I still like it? Not really. So then maybe you want to say bye-bye to that garment. So once we've asked ourselves these questions, we're going to be left with three piles. One saying, yes, this fits me, it works for me, it's my favorite, I'm going to wear it every time, I'm so sure of it. The second one, when you say, no, I cannot have this in my wardrobe, I can't believe I wore it, or oh, how sad, it does not fit me, or probably something else. The last thing that the pile that you're going to be left with is a maybe pile. We'll see how to approach that. But if it's a yes pile, make sure you tuck it in nicely and keep it well. If it's a no pile, of course, you can either donate it, or if you think it's too bad, it's torn, if I can't have it, nobody can have it, you want to probably just get rid of it. There are very nice sites, and there are a lot of tailors and designers who take old clothes these days. A lot of retail stores, Pantaloons, H&M also have these facilities where you can go and dump your old clothes. So look into those options rather than just throwing it away in the garbage. Coming to the maybe pile. Okay, before we approach the maybe pile, I'm going to urge you to subscribe. I hope you're liking this video so far. Give it a big thumbs up and show some love. Yes, coming to the third pile, which is the maybe pile. Now, ideally, what you should be left with in this pile are probably things that need a little tucking, hemming, a little bit of tailoring, and they should be good to go. Or maybe there's a little, stain over there that you want to cover up with something, or give it for dry cleaning, or maybe it's an emotional item that someone's gifted to you. All of those things. Let's come to the ghost in the maybe pile. We all have that one piece of clothing, a minimum of one, that we've kept in our closet saying, I'm going to wear it when I lose weight. Come on, we all have that piece of garment that is like a dream project wherein we say that, I will wear it at one point in time. Now, to throw it or to keep it becomes a big question. Here's my little 2 cents on it. If you are if you haven't worn it in the past 6 to 8 months, probably you should say bye-bye to it, because that can be a reminder for you, and that piece can be a point of concern when you start judging yourself, when you start thinking about yourself as, hey, you know what, at one point I would fit in it and now I just don't, and you start getting yourself a negative body image. If I tell you don't think about something, you will continuously think about it, right? That piece of clothing does exactly same to our mindsets and our confidence levels. You have 10 pieces in your wardrobe that fit you really well, that you look fabulous in, that flatter you, but your mind keeps going to that one piece when you think, you know what, I still don't fit in it. Trust me, you don't want that burden on yourself. You don't want that little nagging factor in the wardrobe sitting. I strongly recommend that you say bye-bye to that piece. What to keep? Well, if you're already in the pursuit of losing weight, if you're already working towards a goal that you've set for yourself, and that garment is going to help you do that, and I don't just talk about losing weight or gaining weight. So that's it from my end, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. I do genuinely hope that it helped. Do let me know in the comment section below what you thought of it. Follow me on Instagram. There are a lot of posts about tips and tricks on styling, hair care, skincare every day that I've put over there. This is me, Manjari, your lifestyler, saying